Okay, let's look at this problem. First, they're giving us the data for the number of home runs a baseball player hit each year during his 25-year baseball career. So we're going to complete parts A through D. So first, it wants us to actually calculate the mean and the standard deviation. So you can open it in Excel and remember to do the mean, you do the average, and you highlight all your numbers or your data. And so there's the mean, and we're going to round to 2 decimal places. Now we're going to do the standard deviation, and it's telling us this is a sample because of the symbol X bar and S. That's how we know it's a sample. So here's the mean, and here's the standard deviation. We're going to highlight all of these. I don't know if I have them all. Well, I don't. Okay. And close your parenthesis. And here's your standard deviation, and you're going to round it to 2 decimal places. All right, so there's our mean and our standard deviation. And then it says on part B to group these into 4 classes. So you're going to do your 10 to under 20, 20 to under 30, 30 to under 40, and 40 to under 50. And you're going to count how many numbers are in each group. And we're going to skip that part. All right, then we're going to approximate we're going to calculate the approximate mean and the approximate standard deviation. So I'm going to copy everything over. I'm going to put this right here. And what I need to do is copy my groups over and my frequency. I'm going to get that from the actual problem. And I'm going to zoom in here. So you're going to enter in these groups: 10 to under 20, 20 to under 30, 30 to under 40. Get the midpoint and copy the frequencies over. Okay, so I've copied that over from my problem. And then you're going to work it like we've been working it. You're going to find the midpoint. 10 plus 20 is 30, divided by 2 is 15. So you have 15, 25, 35, and 45. And then we're going to take our frequency, which is 9, and times it by our midpoint. And then you're going to copy your formula down. And then I need to get my formula over here for grouped mean and copy it into my new sheet. Okay, so we have done the frequency times the midpoint. It says we need to sum it, so we're going to sum our information here. And then that is our sum. So we need to get our sample, the number in our sample. So we need to, wrong one, we need to sum the frequency. That's how you get in. All right, so we're going to do 685 685 divided by n, which is 25. So our mean is 27.4, and we're rounding to 1 decimal place. Now we need to find our approximate standard deviation. So I need to copy that formula over. And this is the variance. Remember, we have to take the square root of that. So I'm going to put that over here. Actually, I'm going to move this up here. All right, so we're going to get S by taking the square root of that. All right, so we need to do M minus the mean. So M is your midpoint, 15 minus your mean, which is 27.4. and we're going to square it. So you're going to do to the second times your frequency, which is 9. And let's see what we're rounding to here. 2 decimal places. Okay, so we're going to copy that formula down, and then it says we have to sum it, so we're going to sum it here. Okay, and we need to make sure all of these are 2 decimal places. Okay, now we've gotten the sum, so that's going to be our numerator. So this is our numerator divided by n minus 1. N is 25, so 25 minus 1 would be 24. And I got to take the square root. I almost forgot. So what I need to do is put SQRT in the front. And you get 11.65. We're rounding to 2 decimal places. Now the last part just says explain the difference in the results. So your results up here at the top are going to be more accurate because part C, we're getting the midpoints, which they are a good representation of the data, but it can also not always work. As you can see, our average and our standard deviation in part C is a little bit different than part A. So when you're doing the actual mean, when you're using all the numbers and not grouping them, you're going to get more accurate data. So that's how you work question 7. Let me know if you have any questions.